Hello students, this is in the continuation of the videos. This is the third video for the chapter, that is the living world, and the link for the previous two videos you will find in the description. This is starting with the taxonomical aids, and what we have done till yet is the different characters of the living beings and non-living beings in our first video, and also the hierarchy along with the taxonomic categories in our second video. So there are certain characters which distinguish the living beings and non-living beings, and also for the ease of the studies, the organisms, living organisms I am talking about, they are categorized into different groups, and afterwards for the categorization of the living organisms into different groups we require certain taxonomical aids. So the study of classification is called as taxonomy, where the taxon is the particular group, and here we are talking about the aids. So organisms are to be identified on the basis of the studies. First of all, plant specimens of different species, they are collected, they are identified and classified, preserved and stored for the future studies. So these are the taxonomical aids: herbarium, botanical garden, keys, zoological parks, museum. Herbarium, it is the repository of the plant specimen which are dried and pressed so that they can be preserved on sheets, and they are arranged according to the classification. So when you dry a plant part, it actually removes the moisture from that, and that can be preserved for some time. So that is how the herbarium sheets they are formed. They are labeled with information about the date, place of collection, and local names, scientific names, and collector names. So herbarium is nothing but the dried, preserved specimen of plant, which is listed, and it is, the sheet will be having the information like the place of collection, English, local and botanical names, family, and the collector's name. This sheet will be having certain size, that is 29 by 42 centimeters, and the specimens, they are preserved in certain chemicals also. So some important herbaria you can remember as Central National Herbarium, Forest Research Institute Dehradun, NBRI Lucknow. The chemicals you can also named as DDT, carbon disulfide gas, and paradichlorobenzene. These can be used as the preservative, right? So let us see how the herbarium sheets they look like. This is what the herbarium sheet, right? And the sheet is having the preserved specimen, and you can see here the description as well: scientific name, vernacular name, place of collection, collector's name. So by maintaining these sort of sheets for the different plants, we can have a general idea for the type of leaves, the type of flowers, right, and the other information which will be used for the classification of the different plants. So these are famous herbaria of the world. You can take the screenshot of it, and again these herbaria, they help for the study of the classification of the plants all over the world. After the maintenance of herbarium sheets, plural herbaria and the singular herbarium. So, one taxonomical aid is botanical gardens as well. These are the specialized garden which have collections of living plants for reference and identification purpose. So they are maintained gardens having the collection of the living plants from the different habitat, and each labeled plant will be having its botanical name, family, and the other related information. So a cluster of the different plants belong to the different habitat you will find in the botanical gardens. And again, some famous botanical gardens: Royal Botanical Garden at Kew, Indian Botanical Garden at Howrah, National Botanical Research Institute in Lucknow. These are some famous botanical gardens. Now we are coming to the another taxonomical aid, that is museum. Museum is a much known term, and it is again a place where the things they are kept and preserved, kind of. So it's a collection of preserved plants and animals which can have the reference for the further study of the plants and animals. It contains specimens preserved in the preservative solutions. Museum also has dry specimens. Insects, they are preserved in insect boxes after collecting, killing, and pinning. And the large animals, they get stuffed for the preservation. Some of the animals' skeletons, they can also be preserved in the museum. So again, museum is having the different types of plants and animals, and also the type of their preservation is different based on the type of specimen. Some of them, they can be they can be having the solution, preservative solution. Some of them, they will be stuffed. Some of them they can be like sort of insects, they are preserved in boxes. So likewise, as per the type of animal, they are preserved. And now we are coming to the another taxonomical aid, that is the zoological parks. And these are the places where the wild animals, they are kept and protected in the maintained environment. Again, the habitat of the animals which are kept in the zoological parks, that mimics their natural habitat, but actually it is artificial. So here the wild animals, they are kept in a large area, maintaining the same habitat as that of their natural habitat, so that they can have a feeling of their natural home, and they can be conserved. And zoological parks, zoos, they are the potential source for the study of the classification. These areas, they help to learn about their food habits and the behavior, and also the relationship between the different living organisms, how they behave in their natural habitat. So a good source of the study of the living organisms and the categorization of them. Again, a key. It is a device used to identify each species in a group of organisms based on similarities and dissimilarities. So a key, it is based on contrasting characters, which has a pair of couplet. The pair is called as couplet. It represents the choice made between two opposite notions. This results in the acceptance of only one and rejection of the other. So each statement in the key is called as lead. So for example, when we categorize the organisms, we start it as cell type. Is it a prokaryote or eukaryote? So if it is the prokaryote, it belongs to Monera. If not, so it will be having, like now the 4 choices will be there: Animalia, Plantae, Fungi and Protista. Again, mode of nutrition, it will be the second point for categorization. If the mode of nutrition is autotrophic, then it is Plantae. No, so now the choice will be between the 3 groups: Animalia, Fungus and the Protista. So this is how the contrasting characters which are present in key play a significant role to reach a particular category. Flora manuals, monographs and catalogs. These are some other means of recording descriptions. They also help in correct identification. Flora contains the actual account of habitat and distribution of plant species of a given area. So flora is the plant species of a given area. It contains the actual account of habitat and distribution of plant species of given area. Same as manuals, it helps in providing information of identification of naming of the species found in an area. And monographs, it contain the information of one taxon. So these are some recorded descriptions. Flora for the plant species. Manuals, it is the name of the species for a particular area. And monograph, it is for the particular group, only one taxon. So these are the taxonomical aids. And this ends this chapter, and we will be doing some MCQs in the next video of ours. And if you want to have any question, if you will be having any doubt, you can ask in the comment box. So we will be doing the MCQs for this chapter in the next video. Till then, have a good day.